Alright, so my World War One project is on how German unification led to World War One. Alright, so the historical question I'm going to be trying to answer is how did German unification eventually lead to its entry into World War One? This can basically be broken up into three reasons: the rise in German nationalism, the increase in Prussian military power, and the laying of groundwork for alliances that will form. So, German unification led to a sense of national identity within Germany. In 1948, a man by the name of Johann Dreusen, a German historian, stated that the German people could only be united under Prussian or Austrian rule, not both. This laid the framework for the idea of a unified German people and greatly influenced Otto von Bismarck. Bismarck was the Prime Minister of Prussia and, along with Wilhelm I, the King of Prussia, initiated a series of wars against various nations to begin the process of unification. Bismarck and Wilhelm fought wars against the Danish, French, and Austrians, and the Austrians were formerly a part of the German Confederation, but Otto von Bismarck says that the rivalry between the two, Prussia and Austria, was necessary to establish a German national identity under the leadership of the King of Prussia. After a series of military successes, Wilhelm announces the Imperial Proclamation in Versailles, in the Hall of Mirrors. In the Imperial Proclamation, Wilhelm I states, "We hope to God that the German nation will be granted the ability to fashion a propitious future for the fatherland under the symbol of its ancient glory." Wilhelm also talks about how peace, independence, and strength of Germany depend on the united strength of its people. This rhetoric of the necessity of a unified German people would be carried up and throughout World War One. Alright, so the next reason is the increase of Prussian military power, which led Germany to being technologically advanced by the time of World War One. These advances in the Prussian military and the need for technological development because of the wars heightened the power of Prussia and later the German Empire. This set Germany up as a technologically advanced nation for World War One. In the 1850s, Bismarck and Wilhelm I began building up the Prussian army in preparation for the wars against the other German states and Austria. And the parliament voted against taxation as a means to fund the new military advances. However, Bismarck ignored this and he began taxing the public to build the army. Furthermore, various policies were enacted by Wilhelm I and Bismarck to make Prussia and later the German Empire militarily advanced. Some of these policies included development of new weapons such as the needle gun, which is pictured right here, new military strategies and battle tactics, and also these policies tightened conscription, making it mandatory for all German men to serve in the military for 3 years when it was previously 2 years. Alright, yeah, so the last reason is German unification laid the groundwork for World War One alliances. So in what are now known as the Bismarck Wars, Otto von Bismarck led campaigns against France, Austria, and Denmark, and was actually able to make it appear to the German people as though the French were the aggressors, and this reignited the tensions between the two countries and increased anti-French sentiment within Germany and anti-German sentiment in France. The Imperial Proclamation was actually given in the Hall of Mirrors at the Palace of Versailles under the paintings of Louis XIV, and Louis XIV was celebrated by the French as the conqueror of the German cities, the Rhine, and Bismarck viewed the siege of Paris as revenge for this. So yeah, the sentiments between the two countries did not go away and instead continued to further grow and develop, culminating in World War One. However, on another note, Bismarck stated that he did not wish to hurt Austria too badly, as he wanted Austria and Germany to remain allies. Bismarck's fear was that Austria would sacrifice its anti-Russian sentiment in exchange for revenge against Germany, and thus joining the Germans' adversaries. However, this was not the case, and the German Empire went on to form an alliance with the Austro-Hungarian Empire in 1879. The alliance between the two powers in Central Europe led to France and Britain pursuing closer ties to one another, and this in turn led to Germany feeling surrounded. This culminated in a naval arms race between Germany and the UK, in which both countries rapidly developed their navies, which made tensions rise even further and the world edged even closer to war. So, yeah, German nationalism, the increase in military power, and the formation of alliances during the period of German unification all greatly contributed to World War One, and aspects of German unification continued to carry on even after World War One. Example of this would be German nationalism, which was even further heightened under Hitler. So, yeah, it goes without being said that the world would be an incredibly different place had German unification under Bismarck and Wilhelm never occurred.